Culture made of cover ups will leprosy touch their flesh. From backroom meetings and rendezvous chats, the vultures have come out to this. The clock runs out. Hey, what's going on, guys? K.A. Veteran here. It's the road trip to Kansas City, and decided to take a little pit stop. I just got done having lunch with a good friend of mine in Overland Park, Kansas. April, if you're watching this, stay safe, stay awesome. Decided to take a little detour here. We are in Lawrence, Kansas. This is the home of the University of Kansas. Big 12 country represent. And I'm on a mission. I think I'm going the right way at this point. I'm going to stop here so I can talk and not have to worry about everything else. Hopefully the audio is coming in all right. It's a really windy day, but we're on the mission to find Allen Fieldhouse, the home of rock chalk, the home of basketball, and one of the most historic places in athletics, period, college or otherwise. It's a place I've wanted to see my entire life and I've never been able to. So, while I'm here, I'm going to take the opportunity. So, I'll check back with you in a little bit when we find it, all right? Rock chalk, go Pokes, let's do this. You see, guys, this is a problem, because it says Allen Fieldhouse is that direction when we have been going that direction. So we need to turn back around this way, okay? So keep taking a walk with me here. We'll be there soon, all right? Meantime, there's KU Theater. It's the Murphy Hall Theater, the music department, performance department. Got a lot of theater friends. They might enjoy seeing something like that. So we'll be back here in just a second. All right, guys, I found what I was looking for. I'm talking a little bit quiet because there's a bunch of people around here. But I'm not out there yet. I'm currently standing by this tree. Really nice tree. It's a really hot day. It's a lot of shade here. So what caught my attention? The field house is right here behind me, okay? Well, now in front of me, but behind the camera. Over here, where I'm going to show you guys in just a second, is Hoagland Ballpark, home of KU baseball. Obviously, we're in the baseball mood today. And this is actually the only the second Big 12 baseball stadium that I've seen. The other one being Allie P. Reynolds in Stillwater, because I live there. So we're going to see. I doubt we can get inside. I'm sure they have it locked up. But we're going to show you just some Kansas Jayhawk baseball, as close as we can get to it. And then we're heading inside the field house, guys. Get hyped. Alright, guys, Kansas baseball stadium tour complete. Obviously we can't get in there, but this, my friends, is the final destination. This is Allen Fieldhouse, home of Kansas athletics, and the place that I've wanted to see for 23 years. We're going inside. Okay, guys, this is big time. This is Phog Allen himself, immortalized forever here in front of the field house. This is big time, guys. You know I would get myself a picture of this. Okay, guys, we are in the field house. I'm gonna have to be a little bit quiet. There's people everywhere up in here, so hopefully you can see me. But we're gonna keep the camera on. We're gonna turn the camera around for a minute and just see what I've wanted to see for a long time. Will Chamberlain, man himself. Big thumbs up for Will Chamberlain, the Big Dipper. Gotta love the respect they have for that guy.
Okay guys, we're upstairs in the field house here. I'm going to spin around, try to get this in frame. Back behind me, this says Allen Fieldhouse. That entrance right there where my giant head is, that's a little film room. And they're in there showing the Kansas story. They're in there showing the documentary of Kansas athletics and Kansas basketball in particular. I mean, this is a huge, huge deal to this state, to this university, to this sport. You know, if it wasn't for Kansas University, we may not have basketball. And I know a lot of people will be upset about that, myself included. So, let's continue on. Okay guys, stuff is getting real right behind me. I'm trying to get it in frame, right there. That is the entrance to the arena at Allen Fieldhouse. I think it's time. I think it's time. We've seen everything downstairs. There's gonna be a couple more things upstairs, but I'm excited. Let's get in there. Okay guys, we're back outside of the arena, back here in front of the red wall. There's gonna be a little bit of an echo. Hopefully I can fix that later. I didn't even want to talk when I was in that arena. I didn't even want to talk. I didn't want to look at the camera. I didn't want to do anything. I was so moved in that arena. It's such an amazing experience to see that. You know, I can't imagine seeing it on game day. I imagine it's even better, but just seeing it in there, and you're going to see later on, you'll see all the motion cap that I got from it, but I have no words. I have no words for Allen Fieldhouse. I mean, it's hot. There's no air conditioning in there. It's old. It's awesome. And I mean, I got goosebumps just being out there on the balcony. I can't imagine what it's like being on the court. So I think we might look at one or two more things, and then get out of Lawrence and be on our way for the rest of this journey. But I mean, I can't even express how I'm feeling right now. That was amazing, guys. So I figured the only right way to end our trip out here to Lawrence, the only thing to do to close out, and luckily enough I caught the guy. You know, he's a hard guy to track down. He's a super busy guy, but you know, I've got Coach Naismith here right now. I'm out enjoying some sun here in Lawrence. Got his little basketball there. And Coach, I wanted to say hi. You know, I've been wanting to meet you for a long time, man. I haven't ever had the opportunity. You know, how do you think about Kansas basketball this upcoming year? I tell you what, that is really intriguing. I don't think there's anybody whose basketball opinion I trust more than yours. You watch any Kansas football at all? Not much for football. All right, well I understand that. So, well, Coach, you know, I think it's great that you're able to kind of take this second with me now. I know you're trying to run from the frame. You don't really want to get in here with me. I understand that too. I'm not the most attractive guy in the world. I'm not wearing Kansas colors, so I get that. So you get back to work, you know, creating basketball and everything that you do, being a legend for Kansas. I'd shake your hand, but I don't want to move it off your ball there. So, all right, let's get this selfie going. Let's get nice. Keep your selfie game strong, Coach. You know that, obviously, and we'll see you around. So guys, decided to make one more stop here in Lawrence while I was here. I actually just talked to a football player from the University of Kansas. And that's because we're at Kansas Memorial Stadium. Home of Kansas football. I'm going to spin this thing around here a little bit. There's a big bird back there I'm going to go take a picture with. Because of course I'm going to go take a picture with the big bird. Now I haven't heard a whole lot of great things about this stadium, but we're going to give it the eyeball test. Okay, so I'm back here on the open side here of the stadium. Get the big scoreboard right there. Best I can tell, this concrete area that I'm standing in, which is not trespassing, guys. I am behind a fence here. This is, as far as I can tell, the runway to locker rooms. I think there's a metal door right over there, and there's a metal door right over here, and I'll run down to it here best that I can, that actually says Kansas Jayhawks on it, that I assume is the opening. It's right down here, the opening to their locker room. There are gates here, but they're locked up. I'm not going to try to get inside of them. So the stadium itself looks like it's pretty much one level. I mean, you have the top level there, but everything else is just one continuous bleacher that goes around in a horseshoe shape. This area here actually has things here during game day. They're not here right now. Again, scoreboard's right there. There's another smaller board down there. There's a couple football players running around behind me, guys, so if you hear some noise, that's what that is. But yeah, you know, looks okay enough. Not the best football stadium I've seen, but you know, that comes and goes. So anyway, I'm gonna go take a picture with the big bird and then we're gonna get out of here. And with that, guys, my new big buddy, the bird, who has a name and I don't remember it off the top of my head, is gonna tell you goodbye. We'll see you back in the car. We're gonna get on the road to Kansas City. All right, guys, we're back in the car. Car's not moving. So that was Lawrence, Kansas. Obviously, I got started really early this morning. I didn't do any filming in Wichita when I got there. I didn't do any filming in Overland Park because I was just there to have lunch with a friend of mine and catch up. I haven't seen her in a while. So I didn't want to really record any of that. There wasn't going to be anything cool going on. So we're getting on the road now. By my calculations, we should be in Kansas City at Kauffman Stadium, the final destination, by about 3 o'clock. It's right at 2 o'clock now. So we should be there about 3, which still gives us probably an hour before the gates open. So we'll go around. I realize I haven't taken a whole lot of pictures on this trip. I usually take a lot of pictures, but I'm vlogging this one, so that's taken up the majority of my focus. I don't even think I took any pictures at Allen Fieldhouse. I'll go through and cut a few images out of the pictures later on and get those updated and uploaded to Facebook and Instagram and all that good stuff. So be on the lookout for that. That'll probably come out before this vlog does. But other than that, we're gonna get on the road, keep doing our thing. Next stop, KC. Okay, guys, we're on the road to Kansas City, and I have to rant about one thing. I didn't want to do this, okay? I didn't want to do this, but this is the 5th or 6th time that I've seen this today, all right? And by the way, Kansas, not the only state that I've seen this in. I've seen this in some parts of Oklahoma as well. It's the only 2 states I've seen it in so far. It's the only 2 states I care to see it in. So I'm on the middle of the interstate right now, and there's randomly a tollway just on the middle of the interstate, which is weird in and of itself. But it's one of these things where I don't pay a cash toll. I have a toll tag here. We call them a Pike Pass in Oklahoma. They call them a K tag here in Kansas. And the Oklahoma and Kansas tags are compatible, so I don't have to worry about that. But to get through the toll tag lane, I have to go all the way to the right of the interstate, away from everything else, and slow my car down to 20 miles an hour. Or actually, that last one was 35, but usually 20 miles an hour, creep through this thing, and then have to merge back across what would normally be 4 lanes of traffic to get back on the road. I can't help but feel like there's a better and more efficient way to do this, people. I'm going to turn the camera off so I can look back at my GPS, and that way I'm not ranting while I'm going here, but that's the 5th time. I've counted them 5 times today that's happened, and it blows my mind. All right, I will see you in Kansas City. Hey guys, it's K.A.Vlog, and again, I'm taking a seat outside here. I'm in Kansas City, and had to drive around a little while to find some parking because I decided to take a little detour. And if you guys remember, just a few minutes ago, you would have seen this, depending on how I edited it actually, how I felt coming out of Allen Fieldhouse in Lawrence on the way up here. Well, I decided to take another break and take another stop. I have a little bit of time. Didn't know what I was going to do for an hour before they opened the gates up. I'm still about 15 minutes away from Kauffman Stadium, and decided to go here. This is the Negro League Baseball Museum here in Kansas City, and is an absolutely perfect museum in every way, and is truly humbling to be here. I mean, it's no secret how much I love baseball and what baseball has meant to my life. But you know what? That sort of pales in comparison to what it meant for these guys. And I think that every baseball fan owes it to themselves, and they owe it to baseball, and they owe it to these great men who played in the Negro Leagues to make a trip here and be part of this, and just to see this. Because again, it's humbling. It's humbling to see those stories, the stories of the guys who participated in these leagues and gave their lives to these leagues in some cases. And I got to listen to a great about the Negro Leagues and about Satchel Paige and Josh Gibson and a bunch of great guys like that. And for the second time this trip, I was honestly moved to tears at Allen Fieldhouse, and I was moved to tears here. Not because it was sad. You know, this is not a sad museum. This is a celebratory museum. This is a museum designed to pay tribute and celebrate what these men did, and to celebrate their stories. And baseball as we know it probably wouldn't exist. Guarantee you it wouldn't exist without these guys and without these leagues. And if you care about baseball, and if you care about American history, and especially in a time like this in 2016 where there's so much craziness going on with race relations and things like that, and I'm not fit to comment on any of that, but if you care about those things, then you owe it to yourself to make a trip here to Kansas City and see this museum. It's $10. I mean, it's $10 to get in. It's a really well done museum. It's absolutely worth your $10. And it's paired here with the Jazz Museum. I didn't go see that. Maybe some other time I'll check out the Jazz Museum, but the Negro Leagues Museum is fantastic. So hopefully all the heavy emotional stuff is out of the way now, and we can get over to Kauffman. I gotta go get back to my car and move the car a second time, and get to Kauffman and watch some baseball. So we're still about 20 minutes until 4 o'clock, so we should get over there in a decent enough time to be there when the gates open. Alright guys, that's my thoughts on the Negro League Museum, and I might do this. There was no photography allowed in the museum. I saw some pictures being taken. There was a family reunion going on, so they may have made an exception, but it said no photography, so I don't have any pictures of the Negro League Museum. So I might do this as a separate vlog. I might put it all in one. I don't know yet. So anyway, we'll see you here in a little bit. We'll go over to KC. If this is its own vlog, then KA, remember to cut it and we'll post it here. If not, we'll pick you up in KC over at Kauffman. Bye guys. What's up guys? We made it to Kansas City. Of course you already knew that if I didn't edit out the other part of the vlog. So whatever. We are here. We are at Kauffman Stadium. I'm in the parking lot. I have not got a single dirty look yet from Royals fans, which is nice. I appreciate that. So, spinning around, that is Kauffman right there behind me. That's where I'm going to be spending the rest of my night, and right over there, big Chiefs logo, if my head gets out of the way. That's Arrowhead Stadium. I love this, man. This is surreal. I don't believe that the gates are open yet. I haven't actually made my way all the way up there. I just got my car parked. Have my ticket here. It's actually Oklahoma City Thunder night, which I knew when I bought the ticket, but I've forgotten since then because I did not buy Oklahoma City Thunder promotional tickets. I'm a massive Oklahoma City Thunder fan. Anybody who knows me can confirm that. But I did not buy the promotional tickets for the Thunder. They were outfield tickets. I wanted something a little bit closer, a little bit better than that. So went against the grain, but I got out of my car. You can't see it here. Maybe if I can get the screen, if I know which way I'm turning, and I don't. But if you can see, you might be able to see it. I don't know. I can't actually tell. There's a glare on my screen. There's an Oklahoma City Thunder logo on the scoreboard out there. It was one of the first things that I saw when I came in. Really affordable parking, really organized parking. I appreciate that. It was way less work that I have to do. So we're going to make our way inside. I'm going to take a bunch of pictures to make up for not taking pictures earlier and having to give myself more work by having to cut pictures out later on. So I'll touch base with you here in a minute when we get inside and get to some of the sights in the stadium, and then get to our seats. So let's go Rangers, let's watch some baseball. YouTube, we are in Kauffman Stadium. It's K.A. Veteran coming right back to you. I got my Rangers playing batting practice right in front of me here, so I'm keeping my eyes out. I already had one land literally 2 rows in front of me as I was walking over here. So I'm in front of one of the big lounges and things like that that I'm not rich enough to afford. And the reason I started this vlog here is because I want to come around here and I want to turn this corner with you guys real fast. Again, I'm trying to keep an eye on the field just because I got my guys hitting balls a long way. Hopefully that's a piece of foreshadowing for tonight's game. We could use it. Our bats have been really cold recently. And I want to come around here because I want to get some of this fountain action going on. The notorious Kauffman Stadium fountains. It's super loud, so I'm going to get out from them here. I'm trying to talk as loud as I can without screaming. And yeah, so this is also not where my seats are, although these are really nice outfield view seats. Looking into the bullpen right now. I would not mind sitting out here at all. My seats going to be over this direction, over towards right field, about halfway up on the stadium. That's where I decided to be for tonight. So let's get this thing going. Get a win. Okay, YouTube, it's super loud here, but this is where I got my seat. I'm in the shade. It's 100 degrees out today. I've been standing out waiting for the gates to get open. I stood around, you know, kind of taking in some of the batting practice, talking to some fellow Ranger fans out that I was seeing around the crowd, hanging out in the outfield where the fountains are. I'm sure you guys will see that depending on how I edit. K.A., don't be an idiot. But now I'm in my seat. I'm going to stand up here just to show you guys. I'm about halfway up on this third base side. I got a really, really nice seat. I'm completely shaded here. It's significantly less hot from my seat than it is anywhere else, I think, except for maybe some of the really nice clubs and things like that are here. It's a really nice ballpark. Honestly, sorry Royal fans, I was not impressed with the ballpark from the outside. The inside's made up for it. The inside's a really nice ballpark. So we got about 2 hours until game time. I'm gonna go get me some water because I'm thirsty. I gotta figure out when I'm gonna get me a brewski, because you can't come to a ball game and not get a brewski. What kind of person does that? My guys are still taking BP behind me. I'm gonna watch a little bit more of that and hopefully have a good time tonight. I got a good seat. I'm extremely happy with where I am. So go Rangers. I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm trying to hold this real close to my face. The 7th inning stretch here in Kansas City. 7-1. 7-1 Rangers. I'm happy. There's a lot of people here that aren't, but I'm okay with that. We're going to finish this game out. We're going to get back on the road. All right, let's keep it going. Okay, guys, we just got back to the car. The game is over. It took me not as long as I thought to find my car. It's obviously a massive parking lot to stadium. 7-4, Rangers win. There was entirely too much excitement in the 9th inning for my liking, but that pretty well concludes the trip to KC as far as everything that was supposed to happen. It's still really, really hot. The fact that it's, I think it's after 9:30 now. Yeah, 9:40 now, Central Time. And it's still hot. So I'm probably going to hang out in this parking lot for just a little bit, kind of let things try to calm down, cool out a little bit here. There's a lot of people obviously trying to leave all at once. My voice not holding up great. There was a lot of excitement and things going on during the game, a lot of adrenaline pumping, a lot of emotional moments. So my head hurts because of it, but we're gonna get back on the road here as soon as we can. You will probably next hear from me. We're gonna go for a little bit down the road here until I need to get gas, and we'll get gas. I might check in there, and then from then it'll be back home. It'll be back home, and it'll be the end of the night. and it'll be a late one, and I'll be up early tomorrow. So I wouldn't expect a whole lot of production from me tomorrow. I'll get up and be at church, and after church is over, I'll probably be a zombie. So, so anyway, big time win tonight. Great first experience with Kauffman Stadium. This is a great place. I will absolutely be returning at some point, if at all possible. So until then, I'll see you guys here in a little bit. I'm going to wait it out and then get on the road. All right, guys, this is going to be the last update until I get home and let you guys know that the trip is complete. We are here in Ottawa, Kansas. Look at a map to figure out where that is. It's between Kansas City and Wichita. We're still a good amount from Wichita, but we're inside 4 hours left to go on the trip. Looking at about 3 hours and 40 minutes left by the trip. We're still supposed to be home about 2:30 in the morning, and I am totally thrilled about that. But it is what it is. So we're getting gas here, and then I'll probably run inside and get me a bottle of water or something from the road, and we'll get back on it. So I'll see you guys after a while. Alright guys, hey, it's 2:30 in the morning. We just got back, and that's all I got. Man, I'm absolutely at the end of my rope. I was super energized the last part of the drive there. Some good tunes came on the radio, and I was getting into it, keeping myself going. That's a long, boring drive. But you know what? It was a great time. It was a great day spent going through Kansas and Missouri, and being able to see Kansas City, to see my friends, to see a great day of baseball. I'm happy. I'm tired, but I'm happy. Like I said, it's 2:30. The goal is to yank myself out of bed at 8 o'clock for church tomorrow. And then probably do nothing the rest of the day. So thank you guys so much for joining me on all this. I've been drifting the camera apparently, but thank you guys so much for being part of this with me. I hope this was enjoyable. I know it was enjoyable for me. So I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.